This is why I tell long-term investors to relax and to not overreact to what's going on in the stock market. Today, we're up, as you can see in the left-hand corner, over 600 points today. Now, this does not mean that everything is over. It does not mean that we're never going to see any more drops and the rest of this week will be over, or by the end of today we'll be up. I don't know that. But it looks like we're going to be okay, at least for today. But this is why you don't react and sell and panic when things go bad. Because the market is up today, it's going to be up and down. These things do happen. You would not have made all of your money back from losing last week. So don't think that. But this is a good indicator, at least for today. This is why I tell new investors not to panic. This is also why I showed you guys this chart last week when the market was down. You can go and check the timeline. I showed you guys this chart from, I think this was from JP Morgan. This is what happened. So number one, we know from 1999 that 6 of the 10 best days in the stock market happened within 2 weeks of the 10 worst days. We had some really bad days this year, just last week. This could very well be one of those 10 best days. It happened just 1 week ago. Last Monday, we were down 1,000 points. Today, we're up 650 or so. And that may continue to go up or down. We will see. But this is why you don't panic. This is exactly why you don't panic. This is why, especially when you talk about long-term investments, when you talk about generational wealth, in particular your retirement account, this is why you don't want to pull out and just go to cash because of things like this. You've already missed it. If you pulled out on Friday and you were scared and you said, I don't want any parts of this, I'm going to just sell everything and just wait until the market goes up. Goes up how much? That's one thing. One question I've always had when people say I'm gonna wait until the market goes up. Goes up how much? 600 points? 700 points? Am I waiting a year, a week? How many days am I gonna wait? And how far does the market have to go up before you decide to jump back in? So that's one thing you want to be aware of. So again, this is the Dow. It's the 30 biggest companies. This is what we use primarily to judge how great the market is. It's S&P 500 and NASDAQ. This is made of all technology stocks. These are the 500 largest companies, and these are just really the 30 most popular, but the 30 largest companies. So that's telling us the market is up, things are going well as far as stocks. Again, we don't know if this is going to be a permanent thing that's going to happen forever or the rest of this week or the rest of this day. But here's the other thing I want to tell you that I'm not seeing people talk about when it comes to retirement funds. So when we talk about forgive me for my handwriting, it could be crooked, I can spell things wrong. I'm just going to tell you guys that right now. So most of us, this is primarily for your 401k or your 403b. Now, in these, you're primarily going to invest in mutual funds for like 99% of us, but you have 3 options just in general. So put the retirement accounts aside. You have 3 options to really invest and grow your money. 3 primary options. I'll set one aside for now. So you have stocks. I'll start at the bottom. Stocks, you have ETFs, and you have mutual funds. I told you guys the writing was going to be sloppy, so bear with me. All right, so the reason I put stocks at the bottom, so each of these are going to build off of stocks. So a stock, think of a stock like a house. It's one house. It could be good, it could be bad, but this is the one thing you have. When you buy an ETF or a mutual fund, you are going to have a collection of stocks together. So instead of just buying one stock, I can buy 1,000 stocks inside of an ETF, inside of a mutual fund. Now, most of the time, your retirement accounts are going to be in mutual funds. And mutual funds and ETFs are very similar, except that these two trade on an exchange, which means if you buy it, you get to get into it right now. Mutual funds, it's really the next day. And the reason that is because you're owning hundreds of stocks, they pretty much add up the price at the end of the day and then give you tomorrow's price or the very next price. So that's why you don't want to pull out of your retirement, pull out your 401k and your 403b, because you're not on the exchange. You're not going to get the price that you think you're going to get. And you're not going to save money the way you think you are. So I'm going to show you an example of Nike, right? So Nike is one of the stocks. I told you guys that my son and I, right now it's 90.56. We had bought it some back in January when it went down to 88, 85, or whatever we bought some then. But as you see this, and as we refresh this price is going to change. So you can get in and get out whenever you want to because this is on an exchange. ETFs and stocks do this. Mutual funds do not. What happens in a mutual fund is if you buy on a certain day, you're really not, whatever happens during the day, whether up or down, you're taking all of that and you're going to get tomorrow's price, which is a detriment to people who are going in and out because they think something is happening in the market. As you can see now, it's at 90.75. I'll refresh the page. The price will be different. So that's something that you want to pay attention to. It's neither good nor bad. That depends on what you're into. So don't get hung up on that. However, mutual funds today, let's say on Friday, right? Friday was the 27th, and the stock market, let's say the stock market was down like 1,000 points, right? You say, oh my God, I don't want this investment. Everything's going down. I'm going to take my money out now so I can save myself some money. Is what you think you're doing. So let's say you sell. Well, what happens is nothing happens. First off, the stock market went down that day, which I'm putting negative 1,000. You're going to lose whatever money you would have lost that day. And then on Monday is when it actually changes. Monday is when you sold out and it actually trades or executes. So Monday, today is the 2nd, that's when the trade happens. So you would have sold out on Monday. You would sold out on Friday. It's not going to happen until Monday. Guess what you missed? You're missing, because you sold out yesterday, you're missing what's happening in the market right now. You're missing what's happening in the market right now because you sold. That's something you want to be aware of. So let's say, the stock market is up now. Let me put my money back into my 401k. Let me go back and buy whatever mutual fund I had. It doesn't work that way. You're going to get tomorrow's price, which is Tuesday. So at the end of the day, they're going to come up with a price for your mutual fund. You're going to buy it, and then you're subject to whatever happens on Tuesday. It could be up again. It may be down. I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. I do know that you just missed, because you sold out on Friday, you missed out today. If you sold out last week and you're putting in a trade for a mutual fund right now, today on March 2nd, you ain't getting today's price. You've already missed it. You're going to get in tomorrow, which is why you should have stayed put. It's why I brought up this graph here on last week. We know that 6 of the 10 best days since 1999 happened within 2 weeks of the 10 worst days. And when you say, I'm going to wait until the market goes up, I'm going to wait until something happens, wait for how long? If you wait for 10 days, you're already going to reduce your performance. Instead of getting to 5.62%, you're down to 2. If you wait 20 days, you're down here. You wait 30 days, you're down here. So when we say the market, we want to see the market go up by a point. Do we want the market to go up for a straight week? What are you really waiting for? So because you can't time that, and we don't always have answers for that, 99% of us should just stay the course and keep investing like you were, because it's not, we've been through these things before. 99% of the time we recover over time. So 3, 5, 10 years down the line, you forget all about it. You forgot about Ebola already. You forgot about mad cow disease already, swine flu, MRSA, SARS. We've done this and people just forgot. So relax, stay invested. Don't just pull out because you think something is happening, because you don't know what's happening around the corner. And just like today, you can miss out on one of the best days that we've had this year. Again, I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. I can tell you this, when I bought Nike at 88, I'm already up now. I'm going to hold Nike regardless of what happens over the next 6 to 8 months. We're holding it. It's for my son. I'm holding it for the next 10 or 15 years. So if you already knew that the company was going to be good, buying low, selling high, however you want to call it, you would have been okay. And you're going to be okay if you're a long-term investor. So Go back and watch the video of what I said last week. I hope you enjoyed this one. Go to buildingbread.com/webinar if you want to learn more. I'm going to do more videos like this to kind of help you guys understand the market, understand what you should and shouldn't be doing. But again, this is relax. Relax, relax, relax. If you're holding for long term, you're going to be all right. You're going to be all right. So thank you for joining. I appreciate it. I will catch you guys later. See ya.